Deep inside a rainforest where sunlight slipped through leaves like liquid gold, the air hummed with a rhythm older than memory. Vines draped from giant trees like ancient ropes, and the soil beneath them pulsed with hidden footsteps. On this particular morning, the jungle felt different, charged, alert, as if holding its breath for something that was about to unfold. A young wildlife researcher named Arya stepped carefully across a moss-covered log, her boots sinking slightly into the soft earth. She wasn't here for adventure or glory. She was here to find the one creature many believed didn't exist anymore. The obsidian panther, a shadow-colored predator said to move like smoke and vanish like a thought. For decades, it had been a myth whispered between trackers. But Arya had grown up hearing stories about it from her father, a naturalist who spent his life documenting rare species. His final notebook held a single line: "The panther is still alive. Follow the river where the forest breathes." Arya followed that clue deep into the heart of the unknown. As she moved forward, the world around her shifted. A chorus of cicadas drummed through the trees. Macaws flashed red and blue overhead, streaking the sky like flying paint. A troop of capuchin monkeys swung above her, chattering curiously. The jungle welcomed her, but also warned her. Every sound was a reminder that she was just a visitor in a realm ruled by instincts sharper than steel. Hours passed. When she reached the river mentioned in her father's note, the water shimmered like molten glass, reflecting the canopy in rippling fragments. She knelt to refill her canteen, letting the cool stream slip between her fingers. That was when she noticed it, a print in the mud, a paw mark larger than any leopard's, edges sharp, fresh. Her heart quickened. She traced the outline with her hand. The ground was still warm. She stood abruptly, scanning the foliage. Nothing moved, but the silence had weight. The jungle had paused. She felt eyes on her, ancient and patient. The sun dipped lower. She set up a small observation camera near the riverbank, then climbed onto a rock, steadying her breath. Golden light stretched through the trees as if trying to hold back the approaching dusk. When the last color of the day faded, the jungle transformed. Shadows thickened. Sounds grew deeper, more primal. She turned on her infrared scope. Every rustle of grass felt electric. A branch snapped. Arya swung the scope slowly. At first she saw just trees, endless towering shadows. Then something moved between them. A glint, like polished obsidian catching the faintest shine. She lifted the scope again. Two eyes appeared, glowing softly, studying her with eerie intelligence. The obsidian panther stepped forward, silent as the darkness itself. Muscles rippled beneath its sleek coat. Its tail curved gracefully behind it. It was beautiful, more beautiful than any myth had ever described. And it was enormous. Arya froze, not out of fear, but awe. The panther tilted its head slightly, as though recognizing something in her presence. It took another step, then another. Her instinct told her not to run, not to speak, not to break the fragile thread of trust forming in the space between them. The panther stopped just a few feet away. It exhaled, a deep rumbling breath that carried the scent of the forest. Arya slowly lowered her gaze to appear non-threatening, her heartbeat thundering like distant drums. She didn't reach for her camera. She didn't need evidence more than she needed the truth of this moment. For a long, suspended second, they simply existed together, guardian and observer. Then the panther turned its head sharply. A distant howl rolled across the forest, the call of a rival predator. The spell broke. The panther stepped back, melting toward the shadows. "No, wait!" she whispered without thinking. Paused. Arya lifted her father's worn notebook gently, holding it out, not as a lure, but as a symbol. "He believed in you," she murmured. "And now I do too." The panther's gaze shifted from the notebook to her eyes. Something ancient and knowing flickered there. Then, as silently as mist, it slipped into the darkness between the trees. Arya stood motionless, listening as its footsteps faded. She knew she might never see it again, but she had seen enough. She didn't need a perfect photograph. She didn't need proof for the world. She had witnessed something rare, A creature that survived not by hiding, but by choosing carefully who it allowed to find it. She sat by the river, letting the night settle around her. Fireflies drifted like floating embers. The forest resumed its rhythm, as if relieved that the encounter had passed peacefully. Arya closed her eyes and breathed in the scent of moss and earth, feeling a profound connection to everything around her. At dawn, she packed her gear and began the long journey back. She walked with quiet confidence, knowing she carried more than data or research. She carried a story that would live within her forever, a reminder that the wild still held mysteries worth protecting, worth seeking, worth believing in. And somewhere deep in the jungle, the obsidian panther moved unseen, guarding its realm like a shadow carved from night, watching over the forest that had trusted Arya just long enough to reveal its most sacred secret.